heard it was Women's History Month. Fuck it. Happy Black Women History Month. This is not me being the simp, but I tell y'all this, y'all been the number one savior in my life. Put this on my life, nigga. I can just tell you a few stories that I have about black women. I'll give you one, right? I was like legit dumb. And I'll give you an example. I'll give you a reason. So I'm pretty much known for fighting in my looks. I'm going to be honest. I'm not saying that I'm the best looking person in the world, but that's legit what I was known for. So, but I met this lady, whatever. She was a very adorable person, very cool and all that. And she was very, very, very intelligent. And she had a very intelligent family. I didn't know this, but I'm going to explain that as soon as I finish with this. We've hit it off a little bit, whatever. We was mad cool and all that. But I realized it was like a little tension going on because I didn't know. Her communication was so on point compared to mine, to a point where like I was just intimidated by certain stuff that she was saying. Like I couldn't understand what she was talking about and all that. So like there was one time where her family had a family reunion going on. She said, "I want you to see my family, but I feel like you're too dumb to see him right now." And then she walked off. I couldn't argue with her, none of that, because she was so far ahead to a point where I couldn't say a word. I was so shocked the fact that she said that like dead in my face and then walked off, to a point where I can't do anything about it. All I could do was fight myself. And at the end of the day, I realized she was right. I was 17. Oh no, I'm sorry. I was 18 years old with a fourth grade reading level. Couldn't talk. I didn't know how to talk. I was stuttering. I had a speech impediment, of course, but that didn't change the fact that I didn't apply myself to be a better person. All I was focused on was my looks and my fighting skills. I kept a shape up, and I kept these hands. That's about it. But when reality hit, she was absolutely right. My looks and my hands cannot get me anywhere unless I wanted to be a boxing model. That's it. My pride, I didn't say that she was right in the beginning. I just said, yo, I'm gonna prove that bitch wrong. Like, that's legit what I said in my mind. I'm gonna prove that bitch wrong. So next thing you know, I started reading mad books, like mad shit, like legit. I think that somehow I read like at least 45, 50 books or whatever. And it was all history and psychology books. All history and psychology books, period. It went like this. It went from history, psychology, history, psychology, psychology, history, psychology, 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 psychology. Skimmed the history book, went back to psychology, went back to psychology. This was the moment I realized that psychology was something that I was interested in. I started getting addicted to the books. I started getting addicted to the human brain and the human psyche and all that. To a point where I realized that I might be sick. I felt like I was going through some sort of depression and everything. I didn't want to learn certain stuff and all that. I was very ignorant and all that. And basically, like I said, the reason why I was reading these books is because I wanted to prove this lady wrong. Because she hurted me that way, she exposed who I truly am. Like, I am somebody that wants to learn psychology. I am somebody that's obsessed with the psyche of people. So I thank her for saying that I was too dumb, because that hurt, that shame actually molded me to who I am today. Let me get to the next lady. Shout out to this other lady, basically, because this is like a platonic friend. We were dating, but we didn't really have sex and all that. We didn't do anything crazy. This lady, because I was cute, she decided to date me and all that. But yet, at this time, whatever, I was getting deep into the books and all that, whatever. So basically, like, do you know when knowledge is starting to come in, you want to sound extremely smart because like it's just something new to you, whatever. So you want to show it off right then and there, whatever. So you're getting there, but like it's just a new thing to you. You're still ignorant to like the actual knowledge and all that. But this lady was a motivational speaker. This lady traveled the world. So she told me the books are only half of the battle. Let's go around the world real quick. Legit, that's exactly what she told me. She forced me to get a passport. Then boom, went to Japan, started practicing a bunch of stuff, whatever, like started studying Buddhism and all this other crazy stuff and all that. Then went to Ireland, started studying the witch trial situation going on. I went to the castles and all that. Started studying that basically. And then I also heard her speak when we went to Ghana. And that was the most powerful speech I've ever heard in my life. That made me want to become a speaker. But at the same time, I also still had a stuttering problem. So I'm looking like she's doing something that I've always feared, my speech. I always get nervous when I'm talking. That's what made me start stuttering, because I didn't know how my words was going to come out to a point where it'll pretty much erupt. But when I seen her do it, I'm looking like, yo, this might be something that I can learn next. So next thing you know, I started like going to like places like Toastmasters and all that. I started doing these practices online or whatever, like how you hold your tongue up, whatever, and strengthen your voice and open up your esophagus or whatever, so it could be more like echo and all this other type of stuff. I started looking into all that simply because I seen this powerful black woman be on stage with a bunch of confidence, a bunch of effort, and just fluent with her craft. That made me want to change my life with that, basically. Women's History Month. Black Women's History Month. The Mammy Tills in the world. I think we need to acknowledge Mammy Till more than we do. This lady, seeing her kid body melting, and had to stand strong in front of a bunch of white people that killed him, and made sure everybody seen that face, just so she can set an example. She had dogs sicked on her. She had rocks thrown at her. She got called nigger, bitch, all this other stuff. And she stood strong just to prove a point that they can't be doing this to her son like this. But nobody talk about Mammy Till. They only talk about the body parts of Emmett Till. But Mammy Till was the one that set the movement. Mammy Till was the one that was out there fighting. God rest Emmett Till's soul. God rest him, because he's one of the reasons why I became who I am too. But Mammy Till is one powerful black lady that nobody talked about, because she didn't say a fucking word. She was very humble with her fighting. She didn't want to show off that she was fighting. She just wanted to fight for her son. She made sure people seen what happened. This is why nobody talked about her like that. She didn't want to be out in the forefront. She just had to be out in the forefront. And if it wasn't for that situation, a lot of this stuff today wouldn't be happening. So I'll tell you this: if it wasn't for Mammy Till, you niggas that like white women, y'all probably would have still been getting rocks thrown at you. No, I'm just playing, but who knows? I don't know. That might be the case too. But anyway, like, we need to shout out Mammy Till, man. Mammy Till is like a very powerful, influential person that nobody talk about, because we rather talk about Emmett Till. We rather talk about the body instead of the person that wanted to bring out the body for justice. We need to start talking about her, because that's a very influential person. And speaking of influential people, let's talk about Claudette Colvin. Like, if you want to bring this situation up, Claudette Colvin and Rosa Parks. Claudette Colvin was the original person. She was like 15 years old there, and she sat in the front of the seat and all that. Next thing you know, a bunch of white people was telling her to get the fuck off, and like, yo, you gotta sit in the back, you black nigga. Same shit that they be doing back in the day and all that. But she didn't want to sit. She didn't want to sit down, so she got violated too. I mean, she got harmed. It is what it is. So like, she was the originator for sitting in the front seat. So let's shout her out for being the originator. Here's the problem with this. She was too young, and she was a pregnant lady. So nobody wanted to fight for her. They wanted to set an example, but nobody wanted to fight for her. because she would set a bad example for who we was fighting for in that community. Because Martin Luther King was like, yo, I ain't gonna fight for no 15-year-old pregnant lady I feel bad for. But if I'm putting her out in the forefront or whatever, that's gonna set an example to a bunch of these other 15-year-old kids that might want to get pregnant and all that. We don't want a bunch of pregnant 15-year-old women or whatever. We don't want no leader that's a 15-year-old pregnant lady. That's exactly what happened. So next thing you know, Rosa Parks started studying. Rosa Parks started like talking to her, checking her out and all that. And they wanted justice to a point where Rosa Parks sacrificed herself to sit in the front seat or whatever so they can actually have a reason. She wanted Claudette Colvin's story to come out while protecting this 15-year-old pregnant lady. But this is Women History Month. I'm talking about Black women, but this is Women History Month. But we were playing basketball and all that, and we were just dribbling the ball and shooting. We didn't care what was going on. Like we was competitive, but we didn't really give a fuck. It is what it is. It's a bunch of ugly ass men just playing basketball. And the next thing you know, like there was 3 girls that came there and sat down. Next thing you know, we all thought we were out novices. We started crossing each other up. We started like doing a bunch of crazy shit and all that, to a point where like we really was about to fight for this ball, because these women was out there just watching this. People don't understand when women like come around men, they have a high level of estrogen. They have a high level of pheromones that will be brewing from their hair, their neck, and all over their bodies and all that. Like the softness in their body, whatever, will actually build a man's serotonin up. It will build our oxytocin and endorphins up to a point we'll be like overly energetic once we see like that situation happen. So that would actually give us superpowers. If we just see a beautiful lady walking past, like we would legit do superhuman stuff just to show that we're tough, just to be around them women. That's a power right there. If you could just change the entire atmosphere just by walking past, that shows how powerful you are. Even in the barbershop, if we in the barbershop, we might be talking mad shit and all that. We might be talking crazy stuff. The next thing you know, as soon as like a lady walk past, what happened? Y'all know what's gonna happen. It's gonna be silence. It's gonna be respect now. We ain't gonna be talking about no pussy and bitches anymore, right? We ain't gonna be talking about no like nigga this, nigga that, and all that. That woman's gonna walk past, whatever. We're gonna be like, "Hi, ma'am, how you doing?" You might want to have sex. It is what it is. I mean, I'm not saying all that, but I'm just saying, just the walk alone will change the entire atmosphere of a room. This is how powerful you guys are. The problem with women today, I'm gonna say this, is you guys don't use it anymore. You guys are out there fighting. You guys are out there showing off your testosterone. You guys are out there talking shit about men and other people and all that. Let us do that stuff. Like, we're here to fight for you. You shouldn't be out here fighting. Matter of fact, fuck all that. Y'all need to be staying the fuck in the house. Stay the fuck in the house. It is what it is. And I'll tell you why. Y'all might not like this part, but women, y'all tend to be more empathetic, right? Y'all tend to be more the nurturers and the caretakers, right? The healers. Y'all are known to be healers. This is why y'all been nurses for damn near centuries. But here's the thing. As soon as y'all start going outside, getting 9-to-5 jobs and all that, and I understand that y'all have to do it because like y'all have to take care of yourself and y'all independent. I rock with it. It is what it is. I'm not saying that y'all are wrong. I'm just saying this is how I feel. Mind you, if you're the more empathetic person, whatever, if you're the more nurturing, caring, you have more spatial awareness and all that, that means that you're more creative. You guys are more creative. It is what it is. Leave us to the physical jobs, whatever. Y'all be the creators. Y'all are built to create. I mean, so when y'all go out into the 9-to-5 and clock in for somebody else, doing the 9 to 5. You know what y'all are doing? Y'all are slowing down your own creative mind. You're stopping your own creative. I'm sorry. You're slowing down your own creative mind. So because y'all are empaths, that means that you guys will blend in with other people's emotions. So picture going into a 9 to 5 with other people that's upset, going through certain stuff with their family, going through certain stuff with their friends, going through certain stuff at work, having issues with you. Now you're taking in all that energy and then bringing it back home. You're an empath, right? So now you have a bunch of emotions from other people and you're absorbing it. Isn't that scary? Now we see a bunch of these women or whatever having bad tempers and mood swings and going crazy, right? Why? Because they're outside dealing with a bunch of other people's energy. They're dealing with other people's emotions to a point where they don't even know how to handle their own emotions. That's why they call them narcissists now. It's not the fact that they're narcissists. It's the fact that they live in a narcissistic society or whatever, and they decided to blend in with it. So the point is, if you guys are empaths, y'all clock in to 9 to 5s, y'all are putting yourselves at risk to take in other people's emotions. And that's going to put your creative mind on pause. So the thing that I want men to do, I want us to actually be the creatures that we are, men. Our instincts are supposed to be protect, provide, work, lead, be warriors. You know what I mean? We got to build. That's our job. Like, just be that. And go home and invest in her creation. Invest in it. Work 2 jobs for all you can. And then come home to invest in her creation. Because if y'all both want money, if y'all both need money and all that, picture how much money she'll make by creating. Picture how much money you guys will make by creating. I'm going to give you an example. Tabitha Brown. Her husband was a cop for years and all that, and investing in Tabitha Brown, his wife. Kept investing in her to a point where now she's a millionaire. She's a vegan chef, one of the most popular, probably the most popular vegan chef. Amazing ass cook or whatever. And she did that because she had a loving husband to invest in her creation. So she had a chance to retire her husband. Now they're millionaires and going all across the world or whatever, making mad money just doing stuff that they enjoy. Now it's your job to do the same thing, brothers. If you have a wife that you love, that you care for, understand what she was built to do, create. Find out find out her gift, find out what her talent is. It could be anything. Just invest in it. It might take a little while, whatever, but hey, once it happens, once it get big, I guarantee you, she's gonna give that shit back. Like, yo, you help me out. Now, if she don't give it back, whatever, just beat her. I mean, it is what it is. But she's playing. I'm just playing.